Hi, welcome to the Abyss Aquatic Warehouse here in Stockport, England. I'd like to show you around our shop and show you what makes us so special and hopefully inspire you to get a marine tank or a tropical tank if you don't already have one. So we have many customers that visit the store, around 10,000 a month, which is great for us. So we like to take a lot of time to inspire people. So we have lots of dry goods, and one of our main features that customers love is our display tank. Now the reason they love this tank is because it lets them see that you don't have to spend a fortune and you can have a reef aquarium or a marine aquarium with very little maintenance. So this aquarium here, for example, has around an hour to an hour and a half's maintenance every week, and that's it. So it's something anyone can recreate at home. Obviously it doesn't have to be this big, not everyone can fit a 6x2x2 in the lounge, but it inspires people and it shows them that it can be done. So this aquarium is set to feed, nice and simply, on dry food. So if you go on holiday, then you've not got the worry of your neighbour murdering all of your fish with food. And filtration wise, it runs on external canister filters. So these are EM filtration, EM external filters with the original media in, and we also use one for chemical filtration. There's actually a third at the end here. So we do a 20% water change every 2 weeks. We open the filters at the end around every 3 months and a small filter monthly. And we also sterilise this aquarium. On top of the aquarium are our favourite lights, which are the Ecotech Radions. So these are an XR30. The colour tone is absolutely immense on these things, and obviously the look of the aquarium. The coral growth is an absolute given with those lights. One of the customers' favourite features is the fact we have the control for the lights to keep them entertained. So something that customers love is to see all of the features of these lights. And it's great for kids as well, because we really like to encourage children to get into our hobby. We can see the fish are hiding now, waiting for the rain. And it really is something that customers love to see, and it's great fun. So it's something that always intrigues people. They love to see it. As well as obviously being able to choose your favourite colour, which is always a winner. There's a little girl behind us there that is just loving the colour of the pink. So yeah. So obviously to get to this stage we have a lot of big corals that have grown out. So something you can't particularly import, the physical size of them you can see. So we like to show people that you are capable of growing coral and you don't have to buy a coral to fill every single space. So with this aquarium as the inspiration, then people need to fill it. So that's when our fish room will come into play. So I always love the reaction of people the first time they see the aquarium. We keep it dark, it's nice and fun, and it's really vivid. So we care for these animals really well. So in the front half of the shop we have the plant section with some beautiful rare potted plants. We give a lot of advice and information regarding planted aquariums and how to keep them well and algae free. So the front half is the tropical freshwater section. We have specialist little tanks for some of the nano species, some fighters. We have some beautiful specimens in there. Well decorated, and it gives people a little bit of inspiration even if they don't have much room to put an aquarium. The back end of the shop is the marine section. So we have fish either side, we have fish and invertebrates in the centre, and then we have all the corals at the back. So most people call it fish heaven or kids in a sweet shop or something like that. but the level of stock we carry is what impresses people the most, and then the condition. So for us, people we've ended up with it as a saying, because customers say there's nothing like an abyss fish. So everything's nice and chunky and healthy. They know every time that door's opening they're getting fed. And we do feed quite heavily. So when it comes to feeding, it's something we put a great importance on. We will feed around 4 to 5 types of different frozen food in the aquarium daily, and around 8 to 10 types of dry food, varying from dried seaweeds to flakes to pellets. The fish will be fed between 5 to 20 times a day. Some species will be fed every half hour to keep weight on them. So this is to make sure that the fish is in immaculate condition before the consumer has the chance to buy it, and it's what makes our name with fish. So the saying goes, there's nothing quite like an abyss fish, and it's something I'm really proud of. So probably 95% of the livestock we sell is now for a reef aquarium. A reef aquarium has become the most popular type. We have very few customers that have fish only, so predatory fish. Most people want fish to mix with the corals. So we have an awful lot of choice in coral, and what we have seen across the last few years is that people do like to be able to buy smaller pieces of coral to see if they like them, to see how successful they are with them, and to give them more variety. The corals in our aquarium at the front started off life in here at some point, and they all were around the size of my palm. So these sorts of corals. So we never choose anything that the customer can't buy or anything that's hard to keep, and the tank does get a lot of love and a lot of interest. We normally carry around 1,200 franks at any one point, so that when the customer visits they always feel like they have a massive choice. So right the way across the board. This tends to be people's favourite frag tank at the minute though. At £23 a frag. There's some absolutely beautiful specimens in here. From all of the posh zoas to the A-cans to some unusual Monty, and it really is a plethora of coral that is easy to keep and colourful. So in our freshwater section we have seen a massive push towards people really loving and wanting to care for a planted aquarium, which has been a really interesting change for us, to have an awful lot of accessories to complement that, and then an awful lot of fish and shrimps and critters. So it's always a nice surprise to see people's face when they realise they can put something interesting and small and delicate in a tropical tank. So some of the tropical shrimps are really amazing, and do a great functional job as well. So one of the most interesting projects that we have done over the past 4 years is to locate, source and test natural seawater. So now we have 2 25,000 litre containers that we have natural seawater tankered into. We only sell natural seawater now. We have no need for the synthetic, and we have found an awful lot of benefits to this. If it's something you've not tried, as long as the quality of the seawater is good, I would definitely recommend to try it for your aquarium. I'd like to thank you for letting me show you around my shop, the Abyss Aquatic Warehouse in Stockport, England. We're open 7 days a week, and we would love to see you. We hope we've inspired you to get an aquarium. Thank you.